Hello dear Instagram, I hope you guys are all very, very well on this beautiful Thursday. It's so wonderful to see all of you joining in, tuning in for our daily Japa session. I really appreciate you all making the time to be with us, to chant with us, to meditate with us. As you're joining, please let me know when you're in your sacred space. If this is the first time that you're joining us, then I'd suggest you find a place in your home or wherever you are, a sacred place to sit to one side where you won't be disturbed, where you'll feel comfortable and relaxed and present. So when you feel that you're in your space and you have all the things ready, for example, I'd recommend to have a set of Japa mala with you, a comfortable cushion, or a yoga mat somewhere where you can sit comfortably. When you're ready, then drop me a prayer hands emoji in the comment section, and then I know that we're ready to go for today. So I can see already so many beautiful people joining. David, Traveler Chan, Kusumji, thank you so much for joining. Truth 108, love, thank you so much. Sarah, thank you so much for joining, appreciate your time. Karina, wow, so beautiful to see you here, thank you. Aisha and Sanaji just logged on, thank you. Thank you all so much for making time for this beautiful practice. So like I mentioned, when you're ready, please drop us a prayer hands in the comment section. I recommend you have a cushion, your Japa mala to one side, ready to go. And the format of these sessions is that we usually start by invoking some gratitude to the gurus and teachers of the bhakti process who have kindly shared this process with us, this process of chanting Japa. And then we go on to doing a meditation, and then we chant together for about half an hour, 40 minutes. So during that time, I want you to try and put everything else that is, in fact, there's nothing urgent. If you're here and present, there's nothing more urgent than being here, being present. So try to let go of all the things that are demanding your attention. And if there's really something that requires your attention, then only would I recommend that you get up and deal with it. But your time for developing a divine relationship is here and now. And so I recommend you make the time, make sure that you're here and present for the next half hour, 40 minutes, so that we can practice together, so we can meditate together, so that we can let go of all the other things that are demanding our attention. I'm just going to give a few shout outs as well. Thank you so much to the Bhakti Center that's joined us from New York City, Rahana ji, Christine. So lovely to have you back again. Thank you, Christine. Rodmos, thank you so much for joining. Deborah, thank you so much for joining again. Really appreciate you making the time. And Ed, thank you so much for tuning in. So let's start with a gratitude practice, invoking mantras which will share our gratitude for the gurus and teachers who have shared this process with us. And then we'll go on to doing a small meditation. And then after the meditation, we'll start our Japa practice. So sitting nice and comfortably tall, aligning your spine, opening your chest, mindfully trying to tell the mind that here is where I want to be. Being here now is the most important thing to me in my day. Closing your eyes. Inhaling gently and deeply. Exhaling gently and deeply also. We'll start by chanting 3 Om mantras to invoke auspiciousness, creating a sacred atmosphere. And then we'll chant the invocation gratitude mantras, glorifying the gurus, teachers, guides who have shared this process of bhakti yoga, of japa chanting with us. If you know these mantras, please chant with me. Otherwise, just meditate on a guide whom you're grateful for in your life. Starting with 3 Oms, deep breath. Om. deep, gentle breath in. Om. One more deep, gentle breath in. Ajnanaatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Astyatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Deep breath. Om. Staying in this sacred space, in your meditative space, keeping your eyes closed. Starting with some deep breaths, deeply and gently breathing in. Deeply and gently breathing out. When you feel centered, calm and focused, envision in your mind's eye these truths. I am categorically different from the body and mind. I am a spirit soul, eternally blissful and a part and parcel of divinity. For so long I've invested in so many relationships, but now I understand that God, Divinity, Krishna, is my only master and only true friend. The purpose of this material world is to teach me to connect and be present in my identity as a servitor of grace. Remembering, my dear friends, that we can't force our way into transcendence, but God can make His way into our world of condensed matter and come into our limited experience. When Krishna sees us trying to turn to Him, He responds, "This person is actually turning towards me, How can I not reciprocate? And thus, divinity mercifully manifests within the range of our dull senses in the form of this beautiful mantra. Krishna adopts the sacred form of these names to meet people who are otherwise clouded and blind. Divinity is difficult to attain because grace is beyond the range of our senses and the mind of a conditioned soul. But he comes to the chanter. Thus the name form is the most merciful form in all existence. Remembering our lesson from yesterday, we're remembering not to become passionately trying to achieve when it comes to our chanting. We're trying to become grateful receivers. We want to become present in gratefully receiving any grace that comes our way. We have to put in our endeavor. We have to put in our effort, our attention, our focus with every mantra, every syllable. But beyond that, we have to be patient, gratefully receiving anything that comes our way. Not passionately trying to achieve with the mantra, but gratefully trying to receive. Taking your mala in your right hand, between your thumb and your middle finger, like so. This mudra invokes focus, attention, and we're going to chant in one voice, but if you find it's too slow or too fast for you, then you could chant at your own speed. We will also have a halfway through the mala meditation. Again, if you feel that you're in a flow, you're in a state where you can continue to chant, then don't feel you have to stop, don't feel you have to make a pause, but it is there for you if you need it. Remember, this is your time. This is your time to build a relationship with grace. Please be alive to the moment. Please make this moment count. We have so many other things that pull our attention left, right. But this is our time for exploring the relationship which in one sense has become lost. So let's give our best with all our hearts and sincerity in this moment now, being present. Taking a gentle deep breath in, opening the chest, and gentle deep breath out. And feel free to join us when you feel comfortable. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Focus. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. First Hare, emphasizing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. First Hare, hear it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. First Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. As you chant, remembering, not trying to passionately achieve anything, but just gratefully receive any grace. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. If your spine is a little curved and you're starting to slouch, realign yourself, rolling your shoulders, opening up your chest. We have to put our endeavor in. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, gratefully receiving the grace of the Lord. When we chant, we are patiently trying to see whether anything comes up in our heart as we chant. We have to chant sincerely and hear the mantra. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hearing the first Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. 10 more mantras, then we'll take a break. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Just try your best, give your best. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Two more mantras. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Last one. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Placing your Japa mala to one side, remembering where you've just taken a pause. We will continue in just a moment. And for those of you that are in a flow state right now and don't want to pause for a meditation, then feel free to continue chanting. Otherwise, I'd suggest let's realign the first gate, which is that of the body. So maybe you need to stretch a leg, or you need to realign your spine, rolling the shoulders, opening the chest. And then placing your palms facing up towards the ceiling upon your knees, upon your lap. Closing your eyes. And just seeing what's stirring within, what's alive within. Rather than being constantly thinking about the past or the future, let's just be present here and now. Don't we all know how it feels to be restless while chanting? We feel dry and nothing seems to happen. But then at other times, the chanting is so wonderful that we don't want to leave. How is it we experience both of these realities while chanting? Ultimately, it's by God's free will. In the first example, Krishna is absent, and in the second example, Krishna is beginning to ever so slightly reveal himself. The great saint Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati uses the analogy of a medicinal capsule to drive home the point. A capsule carries an active ingredient that is contained within its plastic-like outer shell. The exterior layer makes it possible for the medicine to reach the stomach. An empty capsule would not have the same effect. In the same way, dear friends, our chanting either evokes Krishna's purifying presence or not. Since God is only attracted to the service mentality of us, chanting without bhakti does not attract his presence. He is not within such mantras. They are like empty medicine capsules with no or much effect. So this verse or this passage is speaking about chanting with substance, chanting with something within the capsule. What do we have to make sure that the capsule or our chanting contains? We need to ensure it contains bhakti bhava. We need to ensure that our mantra, our chanting contains loving, sincere feelings. Otherwise, if it is done in a mechanical way, if it is done just for chanting's sake, it will still have some effect. But the ultimate success, if you would like to call it that, comes when we chant, patiently knocking on the door with loving, sincere devotion. that for so many long years, Krishna, I've been absorbed in this material world, but now I'm turning to you. Please accept me. Please engage me in your devotional service, in the service of others. Taking the mala once more in your hands, realigning the spine if you need to. A few deep breaths, maybe just to settle yourself. Let's try our best. We're so fortunate, my dear friends, to be here now. Let's make this moment count. All together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. First Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Give your best, chanting with sincere feeling, sincere longing, patiently, gratefully receiving anything that comes your way. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Filling our chanting with bhakti, with love, with devotion. Don't let it be just lip deep, let it be heart deep. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Filling the mantra with bhakti. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. First Hari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. With love. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, filling each mantra with loving devotion. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Be present, be present. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Last 7 mantras. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Last 2. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Placing your japamala to one side and being present right now in this moment to reflect on anything that came up for you. Offering our gratitude to each and every one of the wonderful souls who's joined us today in our practice, in our Sangha. If you know these mantras for glorifying and offering gratitude to one another, please chant with me. Folding your hands. Vancha kalpatarupyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. When you feel comfortable to do so, you can again open your eyes and bring yourself back to room awareness. I want to offer my sincerest gratitude to each and every one of you for partaking in another daily Japa session. I can share, for me, what really came out was an overwhelming feeling of gratitude, an overwhelming feeling of first the sun was shining through this window on my right hand side, and so my mind turned towards gratitude of the sun doing its job, being always rising on time, always setting on time, never taking a day off. I felt then grateful for the air that I was breathing. Then it turned to those that were close to me and those that were helping me to offer my seva. I felt really grateful. And then slowly my attention was turning towards divinity, towards Krishna. And I was offering my gratitude that Krishna, thank you so much for somehow arranging this beautiful Sangha. Somehow arranging that every day I can come together with all of you beautiful souls, and we can chant together, we can be present together, we can be grateful together, we can cry together, we can it's really such a blessing. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much, Deborah, to Jess for always Jess always sends these beautiful pictures of a chanting in outdoors or in a beautiful setting, and I recommend it. If you haven't yet set up a nice altar or a nice sacred space in your home, or you don't take time to prepare the mind for what you're about to do in the japa, then it can be quite difficult. So thank you so much, Jess, for being that inspiration. Karina, thank you so much. Creativity Expressions, Melissa, thank you so much. Elsa, so nice to see you here. You sent a beautiful message the other day and I'm so grateful for it. Rahana, for always being present, always so encouraging. I think you've not yet missed a session, so that's even more incredible, so thank you so much. Christine, as always, I hope you're well from Germany. I hope everything's going well with your japa. And thank you for joining us in the middle of the day. I know you're so busy. Aisha, and thank you so much, Traveler Chan, for being present. Aisha, for inviting your family. I know that you've invited your close family to be with us and to chant with us. Chiteshti, thank you so much for your kind words of encouragement. We are trying to always be of service in your association, so thank you so much. Benita, always thank you so much for being present, for encouraging us, for giving valuable feedback. You're just all so wonderful. See, I can say something nice about each and every one of you because you're all such wonderful souls. You're all such elevated souls that I feel grateful to be in your association. So thank you so much for turning up, for being present, for giving your best always when it comes to japa. I think a nice way to always close our sessions is by singing a little bit. So if this is the first time you're joining us, then we like to sing. Anyone that knows me knows I like to sing. Even if I might not do the best job at it, I'm not the most graceful singer, but I still do like to sing from every day, at least for a little while. And so please do join us. We'll be singing the Hare Krishna mantra, and we'll do it in a call and response, and we'll sing together, and let's really offer our chanting with some substance, like we mentioned. The capsule needs to not be empty, but full with bhakti bhava. We need to be full with loving devotion. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare everyone together with love. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. With that bhakti bhava we spoke about, everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Seems that the sun, we mentioned the sun, being grateful to the sun, and it seemed to have now appeared a little bit more, saying, yes, I also want to chant with you. So it's so beautiful to, just be conscious that God's grace is everywhere, to be conscious that divinity is everywhere, to be conscious Krishna is there in our lives the moment that we turn to Him. I can't say much more than that. It's really such a touching practice to dedicate our times like this to chanting with what I can only say is your sincerity. Your sincerity and endeavor is what's inviting me to be in this space more and more. Without you, I probably wouldn't be trying my best as well. So we are all walking each other home. We're all walking each other towards love. And I can only be deeply, deeply grateful to each and every single one of you that's either watching this live or watching this on the replay. It's such a blessing to be with you all. Really, truly, I can say that from my heart. But of course, our time must come to an end for our daily chanting. And so I want to invite you all to kindly participate in tomorrow's daily Japa session, of course. But also, I have a surprise. I'm sure many of you have seen the wonderful notification or the promotion of this evening, which is going to be a blessed, blessed evening. I'm going to be discussing with His Holiness Sachinandan Swami on Instagram Live. We're going to be discussing everything from bhakti, mantra, kirtan, having a deep spiritual experience. And there's going to be such wonderful topics, and I really want to urge you, this is one that you don't want to miss. It's going to be really something special, and I can only encourage you so much, then the rest is up to you. But of course, if it's possible for you to tune in at 7 p.m. UK time, that's 7 p.m. London UK time, then please do join us on Instagram for a discussion, a beautiful discussion between His Holiness Sachinandan Swami and myself. So thank you once again for all of you that have tuned in. I want to say goodbye to you. Goodbye, Elsa. Thank you so much, Krishna Mai. Thank you so much, Paresh. Thank you so much, Christine. Thank you, David. Really appreciate you always being here. To Deborah, of course, have a beautiful day. To Sanaji, it's so amazing to hear that the sun also appeared in Helsinki. So it seems like everywhere the sun's graceful rays are shining upon us. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But for now, I want to say goodbye, and I'll see you guys for sure in the evening. Please be present on time at 7 o'clock. We'll see you there. All the best. Haribol.